it looks like there's a lot of hype going on right now, I think, in the real world asset side of things, right? Do you guys see that as the main thing that's going to end out 2025, or where do you guys see that big focus that's going to start to kind of come back?
I think like real world assets in general, is the last 2 years we've seen a lot of companies do pretty well. If you see, Mantra and Ono go from, zero to, multi-billion-dollar market caps. Even if Mantra is, gone down from, I think like 8 billion to about 1 billion, it's still gone from zero to that amount in a short amount of time. So I think real world assets are just beginning. Obviously, you have to vet projects that they actually have a good product that people want. I think one of the bigger narratives is Bitcoin. I think we'll see Bitcoin hitting 200K in Q4 is my prediction. So I think we'll see Bitcoin claiming a lot of the narrative as well this year.
So I'm going to pick back a little bit about what Kingsley say. Sorry, somebody's calling me. Just vibrating. Look, I've been so long in the industry that I've seen the whole cycles, NFT, memes, everything else. And we just have to go back to the fundamental, that's Bitcoin, right? The issue with Bitcoin, people don't want to spend it or use it. Once you have it, you want to hold it forever, right? So there's different ways. Actually, Midlayer is doing that. They're building a new solution to have real-world assets backed up by Bitcoin. But obviously, people can get access to their funds anytime. You don't have to send 2 Bitcoins to anyone. So I'll say real-world assets is evolving. It's going to carry on. It's not going to be as fast like NFT or memes because there's more fundamentals. It takes longer to understand it. But I will say within 2 or 3 years, the space of real-world assets is going to be more mainstream. It just takes time because regulation, compliance, and depending on the country, how they're adopting real-world assets. I will say real estate is the first one that they're trying. I think so that will be the one that will go breakthrough. But we need a lot of actors to help with the regulation compliance, and we need the real estate companies to understand it well, not just investing and putting their name out there, if not actually understanding how it works and how they can benefit from it. Like what happened, let's say, with this is something that didn't work, for example, 20 years ago, the delivery drivers, right? Like Uber, Rappi, all of these companies, nobody knew how big they were going to be. And I remember when I was little in Colombia, there were not many people doing deliveries, only the pizza guys. But then somebody saw the future, and actually there's a company called Rappi in Colombia become a unicorn very fast. So I will say, comparing that in one point, people misjudge that delivery service, and now we see here, for example, in UAE, we have Karim, all of this, they're banking a lot. Now it's implementing solutions like that. In crypto, it takes time, and I think so real-world assets within the real estate industry is going to get there, but it will take some time. It's going to be, I don't know how long, but at one point, we will see it will dominate the whole market. That's it.
No, that's great. And actually, one kind of with talking about exactly what do you think is going to be happening, and that where do you think a lot of the content, Andres, with a lot of things that you're focused on, a lot of things that you see, where do you see a lot of these projects as they're launching, making kind of some mistakes on their content right now, on their approach? It seems that there's a very specific thing that they're
doing. The content? So what is the projects are making problem with the content?
Yeah, where do you see that some of these projects are having a downfall with that? With a lot of the content that they're putting out there, is it more too educational, not educational enough?
That's a good question. So I've seen a couple, I won't mention the companies, but I've seen a company that become really cringy recently, creating content, and some of them, they became really good creating content. It has to be like a little bit of comedy on it. But I think so education is very important. When I started CryptoGeeks in 2022, it was just after FTX happened. All the people that were creating content, showing Lambos, $200,000 watches, and living the life, all those content creators were left behind, and actually they were doing really good with affiliates and money, but the people start to perceive them not very good to follow. And then the educator for the last 3 years, people that have been building in transforming their communities, that's what is working. for big companies like exchange or layer ones, what is working right now is micro influencers and community-driven teams. I think so that's what is going to happen. I've been too long in the industry. I grow really fast on Instagram, and I have seen it all. I have seen no followers, million of followers. I have convert very fast, and sometimes it takes too long. But for me, I'm going back to what everything started is community building. There's not many people here right now, and it's fine. I have seen many events with 1,000 people, but there's no value. And I have, for example, I was in Venture this morning talking about content, and then there was like 20 people, but it was amazing. Now, what I'm trying to say, go back to the roots. Community building is most important. Me and Maria Angel actually we're going to launch on the 7th of May a community called Crypto G's in Spanish. But we're not going to sell a dream. We're going to transform lives through education, through our experience. We hustle a lot, we lose, we win a lot. So we want the people that come on board understand how it does that. So I think so company to focus on that in community builders instead of content creators right now.